today. Pearl is here with me. She is currently in a paper bag. I have no idea why she's doing that. My video is a little bit blurry. It wasn't when I previously checked it. We'll see if the quality improves. Possibly just everything settling down. We'll see. Okay, I have loads of new products to try out. Before I do that though, I'm still not sure the camera is like focusing on me. I don't know. Right, I'm just gonna have to continue now. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna prep my skin. I'm trying to be much better when it comes to skin care. That's kind of been my goal for this year, is to look after my skin a bit better. I'm just using the Naturium Plant Ceramide Rich Moisture Cream. This is a really, really nice moisturizer if you have very dry skin. You can definitely feel an instant difference. Hello, thank you for joining me. Okay, so I'm hoping that the focus has improved for you. It looks slightly blurry still on screen for me, but we'll give it a minute and we'll see what happens. So that already feels really nice and smoothing. And the next thing I'm going to do, because I've run out of my ultraviolet Screen Queen SPF 50, I'm going to go with the Supergoop Glow Screen SPF 30 Hydrating Glowing Sunscreen Primer. I can't decide if this is tinted or not, so you're just going to have to let me know. It certainly looks tinted when I put it on my hand, and I look sort of weirdly healthier when I put it on, but you can decide. It's, I would say, almost colorless. We'll see. I can't decide if it's giving me just a bit of a shine or is there actually a bit of a tint? I think there is. Yeah, I look abnormally healthy. I think there is a tint. If you can hear anything, it's because Pearl is in a paper bag. She likes to climb into bags, boxes, anything like that. I will see if I can get her to come up and say hello. A hint of a tint. Yeah, exactly. That's it. So I look unusually healthy now, but I'm kind of okay with it. Hello. Would you like a dreamy? I think that's a yes. Hello. Do you want to come up and say hi? Hello. Oh, she's just here on my lap now. Are you going to do your little party trick when you jump up? Good girl. There you go. Oh, you're a very good girl. Do you want one more? Okay. I'll give you one more, but then if I'm giving out any more, Hazel has to be here as well. Otherwise, it's not fair. Okay? No, that's enough. That's enough for now, okay? Good girl. Yeah. You can sit in my lap if you want. Nah, you've no interest in sitting in my lap. You just want treats. She is now licking my thumb, though. That is really cute. Yeah. Good girl. Right. Should we get down to some makeup then? Will we? Okay, what have we got to use? We've got loads of things. So apart from that hint of a tint glow screen, what else will we put on today, Pearl, huh? She's like looking up on the dressing table now being like, where are the rest of my dreamies? I've got lots of exciting new things to try. I've got lots of extra little bits off Vinted. You know, I'm always hunting for stuff. I have got the MAC Sheer Tone Blush in the shade Blush Baby. So I'll show you what that one looks like. It's really, really pretty. Oh, everybody loves dreamies. What else did I get? I got this now discontinued limited edition Sam Chapman lipstick from MAC as well. It's a really beautiful red in an amplified cream finish. I cannot tell you when Dundee United are going to win the next game. I haven't got a clue. Thought I was a fortune teller. Nah. Thank you. Fortune telling. Okay, could be my new talent. Maybe Pearl is the fortune teller out of the two of us. Yes. Maybe you could make a prediction, Pearl. I also got another MAC eyeliner in Teddy. Thank you very much. What else did I get? I got a few other random bits. Oh, yes. So this was a recommendation from Erin Parsons, who is a really famous, I guess she's like a makeup artist in the industry, but she's also very famous on YouTube. This is another discontinued item, but it's brand new, never opened. It's the Marc Jacobs Enamored High Shine Lip Lacquer, and she said this was her favorite color. I'm living in Manchester, but obviously from Southern Ireland. I love the Scottish people. Had my hen do in Glasgow last year. It was fantastic. So yeah, this is in the color Sugar Sugar. She made a little reel about this a few weeks ago. And then when I found it on Vinted, I just had to get it. I'm becoming a bit of an addict when it comes to vintage shopping, but I do sell quite a lot of stuff on there as well. So it's not just all constant spending. I'm sort of, balancing it really. I'm sure there's a couple of other bits I've gotten now, but they've already gone back into my drawers. Pearl is still here looking for more food. What should we use today, Pearl? Have you any ideas? Should we use something we haven't used on camera yet? Okay, because I think last time I made a House Labs video. Let's do something a bit more of a tint today. Let's use the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac Tinted Glow Hydrated. Hydrator, that's quite a long name. I have tried this one before and it looks quite nice, but I wasn't impressed with the longevity. So let's just give it a go now and see how we get on. Pearl is trying to get into the drawer. She is still on my lap here. I don't know if you can just see a tail wandering around. Hello, good girl. So I'm just taking a little bit of that. I have no real plan for this makeup other than to just sort of see what happens, but sometimes that's the best makeup. Are you just butting me for love, are you? Oh, she's being very affectionate now that there's been food around. Yeah, so Pearl is just booping my elbow as I'm applying this, so it might not be the smoothest application because a cat is getting involved. Love that someone thought I was a fortune teller. That's so cool. Oh, there's Pearl trying to get up onto the desk and get into the video. She's definitely assisting. Yeah, I agree. She's a good helper. Yes. Will I lift you up so you can see everybody? Give me 1 minute now. She's now completely on the desk. You can just see her little tail. Oh. No, you can't open the Dreamies packet. That is forbidden. Hi, I'm in Manchester. She's trying to bite into the packet. No, 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 no. Pearl, no. Stop that. Please desist. No, you've had 2 already and you know you're going to get more later. Come on. It's just this tail in the way. Do you want to see everybody? If you come back on my lap, I'll lift you up. Oh, she's knocking things now. Come on. Do you want to see everyone? Yeah? Come back on my lap and I'll lift you up to everyone now. This is what happens with cats. You just can't tell them what to do. Right, so that's what the Urban Decay Tinted Hydrator is looking like. I generally don't really put it on around my eyes too much, but a little bit has crept on there. You can see I need a bit more coverage around my eyes, and I'll probably put a little on my nose, etc. It's quite a good coverage though for a skin tint, I would say. So I do like that one, but I'm glad I didn't pay full price for it because it doesn't have great longevity. Considering it's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I don't need a lot of coverage anyway. So it doesn't need to last a long time. It's probably coming off in 5 or 6 hours. Right, Pearl, if you would stop eating everything, maybe I could have a look in my drawers and see what we might use. Let's see, what have I not used in a while? So there's a couple of things in here. I did use, I think, the Jaclyn Hill palette last time, but I only used, I think, 1 shade. So maybe we'll dip back into this one. I'm not going to use any particular base. I think I'm just going to go straight in, but I'm going to put this nude color here, sort of just all over my eyelid and into the crease with a cat on my lap. Yes, yes, you're still booping me. Thank you for the help. I appreciate it. You're a very good girl. Does this mean you want to be in the video? Will I lift you up? I want to show everybody how beautiful you are. Oh, you're very heavy. Yes, I know, your little tubby thing. You going back up there, so? Sorry, this has really become far more about Pearl and far less about makeup. Let's continue. This is becoming a struggle, Pearl. I think it was a mistake to lure you into the video. I'm going to take a bigger brush and I'm going to take that just nude satin shade here and very quickly put that all over my lid because Pearl is not giving me a lot of time here before she gets involved and boops me or gets in the way. She's eating the Dreamy packet, so I'm just going to take these. She's probably earned one more. I'll give her one more. I'll throw it down so that she comes out of the way. Yes. And then I'll put them in a drawer so she can't get at them because otherwise this whole thing is going to turn into a disaster. Thank you very much. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do, now that I have a base color on, I'm going to choose something to put on from in this palette. I think I'm going to start with just a fluffy crease brush here and choose something from what we've got. So this is an interesting palette because a lot of the tones that are sort of mid-tones for me are very warm. And then it's not until you get into the really dark shades that you get some cooler tones. So I think I'm going to start off with this color here. This reminds me a lot of Uninterrupted from MAC, which was a really beautiful pro longwear eyeshadow that, like everything else good from MAC, has now been discontinued. So it's just this kind of deep camel, orangey camel color or sepia. This, would you get off my lap? Sorry, someone has returned because they're looking for the Dreamies and she is now clawing me a little bit. Not intentionally, just using me to climb. Right, this is not going to work. You're ruining the thing now. Everyone loves cats, but you're kind of invading my space. You are a space invader. So I've just put that on with quite a fluffy brush. This is a really old one from Sigma. I'm now going to take something a little bit more refined and I'm going to dip into a slightly deeper shade. Let's go for a little bit of this one here. Again, no real rhyme or reason. I've just put in sort of like that camel transition shade and then I'm deepening it up a little bit with this brown and then we'll start thinking about what direction we want to take all of this. Please don't knock anything, Pearl. She's now, I think, going onto the windowsill, which is behind my dressing table. Yeah. So at least she's a safe distance away from anything breakable. She's already knocked all of my little ornaments off the windowsill numerous times, so they just stay lying down now. Okay, and I'm just going to take the original brush that I had that I used the base color on and I'm just going to buff the edges out so that whatever we do, we've got a smooth blend going on there. Tiny bit more of that sepia shade. I'm reasonably impressed with the quality of these eyeshadows. The reason I got this is because I wanted to explore Morphe as a brand, and this is probably the most famous product they've ever produced. They seem to be going through a rebrand now and trying to kind of reinvent themselves a bit, but this is what everybody remembers, which is the Jaclyn Hill collab. I think they did another one with like Jeffree Star and James Charles and a few other ones, but I think this was like the original one, really. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to take a smaller brush and we'll build in a crease color, or rather kind of maybe an outer V color. So I'm going to go for this slightly deeper brown and maybe mix these two together. This looks a bit like maybe Espresso from MAC, or even like if Espresso and Sketch had a baby, something like that. I'm kind of at the point with this eyeshadow now where I don't know if it's just going to be a complete disaster. Does anyone ever have that? Like you go for something maybe a little bit more ambitious than you had originally planned and you're like, oh, I don't know if this is really going to work. But you just have to persevere at the end of the day because it can't really get worse. It can only get better. And once you have things like eyeliner and mascara and everything on, you know, it all tends to sort of work out for the best. And if in doubt, continue blending. So I'm kind of just making a V shape, roughly. I think one of the mistakes that I used to make with eyeshadow is that I would not bring the colors up high enough, and then you wouldn't really see the deeper shade in my crease. I also think that's kind of gotten worse with age just because everybody's eyelids do start to sag a little bit. So maybe I have to bring the color up a little bit higher than I used to. And even like one eye is very different to the other in terms of shape and level of droopiness. So I have to bring it up higher on this eye than I do on this eye, simply because this eye seems to be sagging more. I don't even know why, because I think I sleep on the other side more. So you'd expect that to be a little bit lower, but it's not. And then I'm going to keep that mix going. They're a bit powdery, these two shades. I wouldn't say they're like the best in the palette, but usually with kind of cheaper brands, drugstore kind of brands, you do find that the shimmers are better quality than the mattes. I think they're just easier to produce. And also certain colors will always be stronger. Like purple seems to be a very difficult color for any brand to get right. So if anyone can get a good purple shade going, they've really put the work and the investment and the research into it, because even MAC and other brands like that don't have amazing purples. So that's what that's looking like so far. And again, maybe not the most exciting thing to watch, but it's always just a case of blend, blend, blend. So let me grab the blending brush that I had earlier. And we'll just soften it out a little bit. Someone just bought an ice cream and was charged £5.50. Like, are you talking like a 99? A 99 for £5.50. You've been robbed. You've been absolutely robbed. Where did this atrocity happen? I need to know so I can avoid it for future reference. Or maybe send them some sort of angry letter. Where did that happen? Ah, London. Disaster. I think even for London that's pretty expensive though. Like that's must have been like Covent Garden or something, was it? I mean, we all need ice cream. It's summertime. We've been eating a lot of mint chocolate chip recently, just the Asda one, but it's really good. Go to Asda, get yourself an entire tub. It'll probably be like £2. Hello. I do apologize if the quality is not amazing, guys. It's looking a bit like blurry on my screen, but I don't know how it's looking for you guys, but nothing is different. Like we haven't changed our Wi-Fi or anything. I'm filming on the same camera, so I really hope it looks better for you than it does on my screen. Maybe it's just to hide my blending mistakes, you know, it's all an elaborate ruse. I can understand that, but you know, if you've paid £5.50 for it, you need to eat it for sure. If I were to think about £5.50's worth of ice cream, like that would be a lot of ice cream to me. We got really good ice cream when we were in Norway recently, actually. There was just like a gelateria there, like on the street. Obviously, not a Norwegian speciality, but it was fantastic. What's everybody's favorite flavor of ice cream, or are we all just into whippy, like vanilla ice cream? Tell me what your favorite flavor is. I don't think I have one exact favorite. Like, it kind of depends on my mood, but I know some people are like diehard strawberry or mango is an excellent choice. I especially like mango sorbet. It's probably like one of the most refreshing things you can ever eat. Mango is the ultimate smoothie flavor as well. Megamind? Is that an ice cream flavor? It's a new one to me. Caramel, excellent choice. I used to really like the Ben and Jerry's caramel choo choo. That is so, so sweet. Really nice flavor. Anything with caramel is really good. Has anyone had those digestives that have caramel in them? They're really good. Butterscotch, another solid choice. Really, really good. I like salted caramel as well. Right, seeing as I got that new Teddy iCole pencil, I'm going to use my really, really old Teddy iCole pencil. So let me show you the difference between the old one and the new one. So you could say I'm a fan of this eyeliner. It's really dying a death, and like the lid on this is slightly broken. There's bits of it that are like chipped off, and here is this beautiful shiny new one. Okay, so in honor of the new one, let's use the old one because I have a feeling I should probably throw this out at some point. It still works just fine, but it's just a bit sad now. It's probably over 10 years old. Let's give it a sharpen, actually, because it's looking a bit dull. Does anybody like strawberry ice cream? I know that's quite a popular one. I've never really been into strawberry flavor things. I never liked raspberry ripple, and that was so popular when I was a kid. Ah, phone number. I remember that color. I never had it, but I remember it being in like in store and it was really popular. I never had Smolder, but I had Feline, which was like its limited edition equivalent, and everyone went crazy for it. Actually, I think I still have it somewhere, but it's so old now that like it's gone all like mushy. I shouldn't wear makeup. It's not fair for others. I don't understand. Can you clarify what you mean? I don't think I'm picking you up correctly there. Sometimes I just wear pencil eyeliner when I'm like, you know, kind of struggling with my hand steadiness and I just want something quick and easy. Oh, thank you very much. Who are you? Do I know you or are you just a new person? I don't recognize the username, but you're very complimentary. Thank you very much. Right, I do have some fallout around here, so I do need to get rid of that. All I'm going to do is go back in with the foundation brush that I used earlier to apply the Urban Decay Tinted Moisturizer, and I'm just going to sweep away that mess. And again, this kind of helps to tidy this up. Just a random guy. Okay, fair enough. A random guy who likes ice cream. That's always good. We need more people that like ice cream. Okay, so just going to blend out the bottom line there. I know the sadness. You're just going to have to go to like some sort of dodgy street to get cheap ice cream, you know? There has to be good cheap ice cream somewhere. I was in London not too long ago. We didn't find the prices like that outrageous, but it's definitely more expensive than everywhere else. I actually, to be fair, don't know the cost of a regular ice cream now, like around Manchester. I haven't got a clue. It's been a long time since I bought one. One big difference between England and Ireland, though, is that Whippy ice cream is for sale like everywhere in Ireland. Like all the newsagents have it, whereas around here it only seems to be the ice cream vans. It's really strange. I'm looking a bit odd with no eyebrows, so I think we should probably tackle that next. I was thinking about this product because I haven't used it in ages. This is the Benefit Pomade Brow Pomade in the shade 2 Warm Golden Blonde. Strangely enough, it's not warm or golden blonde either. It's really more of a pale taupe shade, and that's why I like it. I like my eyebrows to look really ashy, and I'm going to take that on a Sigma winged liner brush. This is the Samantha Ravndell collection. Someone stole your parking ticket. How did that happen? Don't parking tickets go on the inside of the car? I'm confused. How do you steal a parking ticket? Pearl is still on my desk wandering around, so if you see a cat tail, yes, here she is. You're really not giving up on this hunt for dreamies, are you? Yes. Hello. Oh, pardon me. Okay. So, a parking fine ticket. Oh dear. Where did you park where you got fined? Oh dear. I don't think oh no, I've had one parking fine ticket before, a long, long time ago. And then I've had one ticket for driving in a bus lane, but I didn't realize it was a bus lane. So I don't think I'm doing too badly on the old fine front. Hi. It can be really difficult to find places to park in Manchester, and a lot of the NCP car parks are quite expensive as well. So I understand your frustration with that. Especially if you're not from Manchester, it can be quite difficult to know where to go. There's some really expensive car parks. Thank you very much. So my cat Pearl is now just sat looking at me like, why aren't you giving me more treats? I've given you 3. Your sister has had none because she is downstairs asleep. You're the greedy one. So I'm now just using the Glossier Boy Brow in the shade brown. I actually bought the grey one recently, and that's quite good too because this, I wouldn't say it's too warm or anything, but I just like really sort of cool tone brows. So if I've used like a pencil or anything and it's slightly too warm or warmer than I want it to be, the grey is really, really good. I don't have a Manchester accent because I'm not from here. I've lived here for 6 years, and before that I used to live down south. I used to live near Portsmouth and kind of Southampton in between, but I'm originally from Southern Ireland and I do still retain my accent. Pearl's back again. Do you want to say hi to everyone again? Do you? Yes. Or do you just want to cuddle? I don't know what you want. Probably just treats. You're going to say hi. This is Pearl, everybody. Yeah, I found the grey one in TK Maxx for £6. So check and have a look there. She says hi back, and do you have any treats for her? Because that's what she's hunting for now. She is beautiful. Yes, and you know it. That's why you're such a little madam. And I can feel I've got some of your cat hairs stuck to my chin. So if you see any black hairs down here, they're probably not mine. They're probably just Pearl's. I mean, you never know, but still. She's purring away now like a little tractor. You okay? You seem to be falling off my lap. You okay? Right, shall we continue, Pearl? Am I allowed to continue? Okay. Let's pick a lid color now that we have our eyeliner and our eyebrows on. Let's go for, I remember I've used this one before, this gold one, and I've used this one before. So let's go for something different. She's trying to get into the middle drawer where I keep all my eyeshadow palettes. Maybe she's telling me to choose a different color. Oh, I think I hear Hazel. Hazel! Where's Hazel? Go find your sister. Hazel? Maybe I misheard, or maybe she's lurking. I don't know. Right, Pearl seems to think I need to choose a different eyelid color. So let's go with what Pearl is telling us. Let's go for the Natasha Denona Mini Star palette, and I'm going to use this sort of sparkly shade in the middle. I'm just going to take that on my middle finger here and press it onto my eyelid. That's generally how you get the best results with these super metallic shades. Oh yeah, that is nice. I agree for sure. It's really cooled down here in the last couple of days. I feel like last week I was wearing shorts and now I have a hoodie on today. What's the weather like where you guys are? I don't think these shades have individual names. I think it's just called the Mini Star Palette. Oh no, I'm totally wrong. Sorry, the middle shade I've just used is called Bellatrix. That reminds me of like Bellatrix Lestrange from Harry Potter. I'm not like totally crazy about Harry Potter or anything, but I did read the books when I was a kid. I have watched the films, but again, I'm not, you know, crazy obsessed or anything. Oh, right. I've not actually tried that foundation. I believe they're bringing out a new one. It's going to be the High Glam foundation to match the High Glam concealer. Yeah, when we were in London a few weeks ago, when we went to go and see Death Clock, it was incredibly warm. So London is always at least 5 degrees warmer than it is here. Pearl's back. Yeah, you didn't go exploring for long, did you? You're back again. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't know what it is with like luxury brands. Like, why can't they get their shade ranges right? If I can get a shade to match me from Boots or Superdrug, then the more expensive brands that are charging nearly £40 for a foundation should be able to do it too. Okay, I'm going to use the NARS Creamy Concealer, the, pardon me, the Soft Matte Complete Concealer. It's very distracting having a cat walking all over you. She's now trying to get into the foundation drawer because she knows, oh, She knows that's where I've put the Dreamy packet. No, you're not getting in there. You've had 3 already. The vet told me that you need to lose a kilo. You're not going to lose a kilo by eating more Dreamies. Does anyone else's cat have a weight problem, or is it just mine? Hazel is totally normal, but Pearl is just an absolute fiend. You can't leave anything out. She doesn't want to exercise for more than a minute, so she's just sort of getting bigger and bigger. Or maybe I've got a few people that have dogs, possibly. I know there's a lot of really cute dogs out there that are a little bit chubby. This is in the shade Chantilly, which is the lightest shade. Pearl is really determined to get into this drawer, but I've closed it so that she can't get more than a paw in. So I don't think she's going to have any luck getting that Dreamy packet, but my God, is she determined. This product is really emollient. It's really, really good. I was warned away from it twice by 2 different NARS sales assistants, but I think it's so much better than the Radiant Creamy Concealer. So even with dry skin, I can wear this under my eyes. Yeah, exactly. That's totally it. Drug addicts is the right way to describe it. Hazel does really like them, but Pearl is like another level. She's obsessed. She loves tuna as well. Like she'll meow like crazy if I have tuna and I don't give her any. She's now decided to check the other drawer, even though there's nothing in that drawer. She's going into my lipstick drawer. She certainly made this a lot more entertaining than if it was just on my own, you know? I do appreciate the company though. She's really cute. Okay, I'm going to set that because if I don't, then the makeup under my eyes will crease. So I've been using this loads lately. This is the Catrice Under Eye Brightener Setting Powder. So this is the pink one. And I'm just going to tip a little bit into the lid. Pearl may or may not get in the way. She's crawling across the table now. You okay there? Yes. I can't see what I'm doing if you're constantly getting in the way. What is it about concentrating where you have to let your mouth hang open? I have to be really careful with this powder because if I apply too much, then it actually darkens my under eye instead of brightening it because my skin is the color of paper. Hi, Carmel. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. If you can see a tail, that's Pearl just hanging out here. I gave her a couple of Dreamies at the start of the live, and yeah, she's definitely enhanced the video ever since. She's been crawling all around my makeup desk and looking in the drawers and hunting, and she's not giving up until she gets the rest of the packet. So yeah, it's been a bit of an adventure with her hair. Okay, so I'm just going to go back and blend around the edges of that. I'm really happy that Pearl guided me towards a different eyelid color actually, because I think that Natasha Denona one is really pretty. If in doubt, blend some more. It was nice to talk to you too. If you want to catch up again, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give my face a bit more shape, and I'm going to take this old MAC contour palette. This is the Studio Fix Sculpt and Shape contour palette. I believe they still make this. I hope they still make it. And I'm just going to take probably a mix of these colors down here at the bottom, and I'm just going to place that where my visible cheekbone should be, but you know, kind of isn't. Not as genetically blessed as some people, but you know, we have makeup to fake these things. That is looking a lot stronger on camera than it does in real life. Oh well, we'll roll with it. And again, it's kind of just sculpting out my face here. So using this in the hollow points or where I want hollows to appear in my face. And bringing out any bone structure that is, you know, obscured by flesh. Didn't really do anything with my hair today. I cut the tip of my middle finger on this hand and it was right before I was about to style my hair, and I was like, well, I don't really want to get any product in it, and it's still bleeding, so I can't really do anything. So I've just literally air dried it and, you know, thrown it up into a clip. Pearl is now settled on the windowsill again. I hope she stays there. She's just causing chaos. Hopefully Hazel will make an appearance as well before this is over. Okay, so the new blush that I want to use is MAC's Blush Baby. I got this on Vinted for like a fraction of the cost. And this is what it looks like here. This is a sheer tone blush, but I found the finishes of these to be quite inconsistent. So some of them are extremely sheer and some of them are not. So I'm going to proceed with caution, and I'm going to use a freshly washed brush. This is a really old Sigma brush. It's so old that the name is worn off the handle. I have these since the time where Sigma were essentially copying MAC brushes and using the same names. So this is probably a duplicate of the 168 by MAC. I do have a real 168 here. As you can see, they've aged quite differently. I would say the quality of the MAC hair is greater than this one, considering this is actually a slightly younger brush as well. It definitely splayed out a lot quicker, even though they're both meant to be goat's hair. So, oh, you're asking how was Norway? Norway is fantastic. Thank you very much. I would just say if you're going to visit, prepare your wallet. In terms of the UK, everything is about 1/3 more expensive. So like if you're having a coffee, it's about the equivalent of, you know, £4.50. Meals out, quite expensive. For a main course, you're talking, you know, 30 odd pounds for a nice meal out. You know, even a burger from a chip shop or whatever is going to be like £10. Quite expensive, but it was really, really nice. We enjoyed it. I've gone overboard on one cheek, so I have to go overboard on the other to make it even, and then we'll blend it out with my foundation brush in a minute. But that's the color. I think it's really nice, actually. I can't remember what this color was described as, but it's definitely in the pink family, but there's almost a hint of plum in there as well. So I'll just shear it out a little bit with my original foundation brush, so it's not so intense. And I'm going to take this opportunity as well to give my face a bit of a spritz with the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. I still have so many setting sprays that I want to try. Like I really want to try the Milani one. I know I don't want to try the L'Oreal one. That's like hairspray. Oh, I'm glad somebody else likes this blush as well. I think it is pretty, but you just have to be kind of careful with it. There's something about layering makeup with setting spray. It just makes it look so much fresher. Like it definitely does something. I'm still not totally convinced on primers, but setting sprays now and forever. Right, so let's get to the main event, which is this new lipstick that I want to try. I was in two minds about whether I want to try the new MAC lipstick that I've got or the Marc Jacobs, but seeing as we've used a lot of MAC products today, I'm going to start with the Marc Jacobs, but I will need to line my lips first. So let me see what I've got in here. I'm going to use the Kiko Milano Creamy Color Comfort Lip Liner in the shade 23. This is a really good dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Fair Lip Liner. I believe this lip lacquer is going to be extremely nude, so this is just to give a bit of a pink base and make my lips a bit fuller. If you can see that it's a bit red here on my lip, I have an awful tendency to like chew on my lips if I can feel there's any like dry skin. I think it's like an anxious habit or something. It's not cut or anything, it's just fresh skin. Okay, so let's get to this main event. This is the Marc Jacobs Lip Lacquer in the shade Sugar Sugar. Now, obviously this is discontinued as Marc Jacobs is no longer around, although I've heard rumors that they are coming back. So that would be really exciting. If that's true, hopefully it is. Oh, it's got kind of like a minty, like a spearmint scent. Ooh, quite gloopy when it came out there. That's very, very nude. So I'm interested to see what it's going to look like. There is an extremely fine shimmer. I don't know if you can see that there. It's even quite subtle just looking at it in person. And I'm not convinced that'll show up on the lips, but let's have a look. Definitely got the minty smell still, but it's not tingling or anything. So I don't think it's plumping lacquer. I think the color is beautiful, but I'm not convinced I've made the right lip liner choice. I think maybe something like Stone from MAC would be better. So I'm still not used to how it looks on me. I'm going to give it a minute to sit. While I do that, I realize now what I've forgotten. I had a little bit of mascara on my eyes just to start with, and it feels really weird not to have put any on. So let's rectify that. I'm still using a lot of the Benefit FanFest, but seeing as I've used that numerous times recently, let's dig in and get something else out of here. I have got, oh, I haven't used this in a while. It's just a miniature Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerized Volume Mascara. Let's give that a try. Is anybody interested in any of the advent calendars, the beauty advent calendars that are coming out this year? I've been watching the reveals really closely on some of my favorite channels. So my friend Paulina has a really good unboxing channel, and she does a lot of the reveals. Her channel is Random Lifestyle Vlog, if anybody is interested. So she just posted the reveal for Space NK and what's in their calendar. I thought the skincare and the hair care products were absolutely amazing in that one, but that the makeup was just a little bit boring. I'm really sick of lip oils. They've never really been my thing. And they seem to be everywhere. So in that particular one, there's two different lip oils, and there's also some sort of like £70 lip gloss from like, is it Clé de Peau or somebody like that I would never purchase from anyway. So that was disappointing, just in terms of the products. And I think there's like a shadow stick in like a really kind of neutral, very safe champagne color, which I totally understand that that's, you know, the most commonly used or the easiest option. Pearl, you're not having any more dreamies. But I just find it a little bit dull for myself. I tend to like more smoky eyes and things like that. Oh, Pearl, please stop. I'm going to have to close that drawer again. Am I just not allowed to open this drawer anymore because you're going to get in it? Can you come away, baby girl? Come here. Come here. I'm going to put you over here. Behave yourself now, okay? You've been good for the last little while, but I think the dreamies are just too tempting, aren't they? You're annoyed with me now because I picked you up. The tail is going and I think I might get bitten. Please don't bite me. She's quite grumpy, to be fair. If you're petting her and she doesn't like it, she will give you a nip, 100%. And yeah, if you pick her up and she's not happy about that, you'll hear about that too. You'll get a bite. So I'm lucky now I escaped a bite, but you know, I get it. It's personal space. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of mascara on my bottom lashes as well. I don't mind that Charlotte Tilbury one, but it has a little bit of a clumping effect. So I don't want that on my bottom lashes. I want them to be extended outwards and enhanced in volume and length, but not in thickness. There's such a dramatic difference when you use a lengthening mascara on your bottom eyelashes. I feel like it opens my entire eyes up. And especially as someone with relatively small eyes, I think it just makes the biggest difference. I get this real doll effect when I use a bottom lash mascara. She's back on my lap. She can't be too annoyed with me. Okay, Pearl, what are we going to do to finish off? Do we need a bit of highlighter, is it? Yeah, I think I'm going to try this with Stone next time. I think the slightly warm nude is contrasting too much with the cool pink lip liner. It'll take me a little bit of time to get used to that. Okay, for a highlight, I'm going to go with something fairly natural. Maybe some Hourglass. I've got the Hourglass Ambient Strobe Lighting Powder in the shade Incandescent Strobe Light. And Pearl is still in the drawer. Okay, I'm going to take that on this slightly tapered brush. and just place that on the top of my cheekbones. This is quite a luminous foundation on its own, this Urban Decay skin tint, so I don't need a whole lot of highlighting anyway. Please get out of the drawer, Pearl. See, I just have no control. I'm kind of glad I don't have children because clearly I just can't keep them in line. She is picking the packet out of the drawer. Please stop. You're going to break things. Come on. My apologies. I'm just going to completely close that drawer now. She's not happy. She's like, where did my packet go? You stole from me. Are you ready to say goodbye yet? No? You ready to say goodbye? I think we're nearly done, are we? I don't dare pick her up now. She's got that look in her eye that says, how dare you take me away from my dreamy packet? I almost had it open. Right, guys, I'm not sure this has been the best live ever, but thank you for sticking with me. I have a couple of videos planned for the rest of the week before I go away on Sunday. So I'm going to be filming finally the drugstore makeup tag that Carmel tagged me in to do ages ago. I really want to get that done. And the other things I'm going to film, I've got a couple of reels that I want to do, a couple of swatches, comparisons, things like that. And then I'll probably do one more long form and hopefully get that edited before I go away. The tail is back. It's not in that drawer. That's the eyeshadow drawer. It's in the foundation drawer. If only you had opposable thumbs. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon, okay? Bye!